live, man, with big bro BAZ right here, man. You already know what it is, BAZ. Talk to us.
What's up, Dron? What's
What's
happening,
happening?
baby?
You already know,
What's
man.
going on?
Same shit, man. Different day, man.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, man, we've been talking about linking up, man, getting some good footage and
Right,
having a strong conversation, man.
right,
Nah, man.
right. Whatever you want to talk about, man,
All right,
I'm
man.
here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm here.
We gonna go straight into it though, man. For the people that don't know, man, where you from, man? Let them know.
Man, I'm from Wilson Haverstack, man. Mellon Street, number 9, 1A. Originated 74. That's
Word.
where I'm from. Mellon. The creator, the originator.
What was the early days like?
Man, it's peaceful, man. Everybody was like one family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how it is. You knock on Miss Mildred's door, Miss Margaret's door, or something like that. You know, your mom need an egg or two. You know, everybody helped everybody out, man. You know, you got your little tail whooped if you was doing something bad by somebody else's mother. You know, like it was just one family, man. Everybody was raising everybody, man, and looking out for everybody. You know, that's how it was back then, man. You know, it was some stuff, you know what I mean, people dealt with, but it wasn't all crazy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
Everybody worked together. Everybody stuck together. You know, that's how it was back then.
When did you start seeing things change? Like when it wasn't so much like brotherly and neighborly. What time frame you think that was?
Man, that happened. That happened around the same time crack came, man. It was like around the same time crack came. I was about like 12. You know, that's when crack hit the town real
You
hard.
remember what year that was?
Uh, had to be like 1980 something. I'm not sure exactly what year it was, but it was in the 80s, like in the beginning 80s or something like that, like in the mid 80s.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was like that.
Man, so crack hit. You seen a immediate change? Like it was like almost instantly.
Now, kind of, sort of. It came real fast. It came real fast because, you know, before that, you know, all the people, like, they had jobs. People had good jobs, and you know, people was working in factories and things like that back then. They had, you know, people was living, you know. They wasn't just surviving. They was living during that time. So once the crack hit, you start noticing the people coming outside buying crack and stuff like that. And some people was trying to sneak and do it and go in their own home, but the crack had them so bad where they like lost their homes, lost their jobs. You know what I mean? Start renting their cars out for crack and stuff like that. So yeah, it hit kind of fast, man. It hit kind of fast. It hit kind of fast. Yeah, it was about like 80 something. I don't remember. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So after it hit, like anybody person you know that you seen that it affected personally?
Yeah, in my own home. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, it was in their home. You know what I'm saying? The people that got addicted to drugs like that, got addicted to the crack, it was in their home. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you keep moving. You had to keep moving. You
At
know?
this time, was you still in school? You still going to
I
school?
still was going to school. I never stopped going to school.
All right. So how was school around that time?
School was you talking about like furthest like in the beginning or
Yeah,
when
the
everything
difference.
started?
Yeah, when everything started hitting, like
Man, everybody had money around that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like in the beginning, it was like just a regular kids going to school, doing regular kid stuff. You know what I mean? But then once that crack hit, you know what I mean? Like certain kids was coming to school. They, you know, the ones that didn't have money, you'll see them with a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? New clothes, new sneakers, and things in that nature. And yeah, it just turned into something else. You know. People come to school with cars and they ain't supposed to be driving. People driving, riding mopeds and
What they was driving back then? What was the cars at the time?
man, it was everybody was big on those Honda Civics, with the hatchback.
Or the hatchbacks?
Yeah, they was big on that. You know what I mean? Some people had different cars, and it was a variety of cars that people was riding in. You know what I'm saying? You'll see some Cadillacs or something like that here and there. You know what I mean? But yeah, it changed. It changed.
So once these things changed, did it play a part? You wanting to get involved by seeing the change, as far as the money side?
Yeah, that's coming from Mellon Street, man. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was a hustle on Mellon Street. You know what I'm saying? So I already had that in my head. You know what I'm saying? So once that came out, I got introduced to it by a guy that, that I grew up with and stuff like that. So, because, we all was poor, but after he came to school one day, he had a whole sheepskin suit on with some Wallies on. You know what I mean? He had the whole suit on. He had the hat, the coat, the pants, the gloves. You know what I mean? And he had the Wallies on with it, man. And I'm like, man, I know my people's all right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm like, where you get that from? You know what I mean? So he started telling me where, he's like, man, I'm gonna tell you after school. Come to my house after school. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got introduced to it. You know what I mean? Went to his house. You know what I'm saying? And he told me somebody gonna knock on the door. You know what I mean?
Crack, weed?
It was crack. These was the valves.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I remember when the crack valves was going
the
out.
valves. And back then, they was like 40 a cap. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me, what he gave me? 5 of them. He gave me like 5 of them. He said, somebody gonna knock on the door. He said, you know how to count? I said, you know what I mean? Like, he said, you know how to count, right? Cracking jokes and stuff like that. So, I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean, man, get the hell out of here, So somebody knocked on the door. They wanted all 5. Gave me 200. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at the money, you know what I'm saying? I'm only like 12, 13 years old. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at the money, man. You know what I'm saying? Golly. So I go back and take him the money. So he was like, because I ain't believe it. I was telling him that, man, ain't nobody gonna give you no $40 for these little rocks in this bottle, you know what I'm saying? Them rocks was little back then. So once I got the money and I seen it, I was shocked. So I went back to give him the money, and he said, man, keep that money, man. Go buy you some clothes or something. You know what I mean? So that's how I got introduced to it, man. I got introduced to it like that. You know what I mean? But before that, it was just being a kid, having fun every day, running around, playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? The girls running around, playing their little games and all of that. But
at that time, who was one of the best basketball players around?
Man, we had a couple.
Throughout the city.
Around the way?
Yeah, you started around the way first and throughout the city.
Chill Will. You had my brother, Alan Dudley. You had God bless his soul, Jerome Billups. You had Rob McPherson. Rob McPherson was short, but he was sharp with that. Who else you had around there that was nice, man? Them was the top ones around there with the ball playing, man. You know what I mean? Them was the names that, you wanted to play some, you wanted to go see a ball game, or, you want somebody on your team. Those was the names.
Word.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was them. But then, in the round, I don't know too much about North and East and South, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I played for elementary, and it was a couple names that dudes was sharp, like Face, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
legendary.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because I played against them in elementary, so I know a few of them, but right now, I can't remember the names right now. It's been so long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. The other sections, I don't know who was nice over there, you know what I mean? It was different back then, though, man. It ain't like now where everybody go every section and stuff like that.
Right,
Like
yeah.
when I was coming up, it was different. You know what I mean? Like certain places you went, you better know how to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wasn't from that spot, you know what I'm saying, you'll have some problems if they knew where you was from. They knew you was from around there. You weren't from around there. So it was different, man. It was just different. The town was different. You know? Yeah.
Who's some of the top street fighters?
From West or see, I'm from West.
Yeah. We keep it in the West.
The top. Once again, Chill Will. You had Mad Dog. You know what I'm saying? You had who else? Who else was sharp around there? You had Ace. You know, Calvin Little. You had him. JR Junior. You know what I'm saying? Who else, man, was sharp around there? That's just one. That's just, well, Ace from the other part of Mellow, but the part that I'm from, those was the names. You had around on Eisenhower, you had like Thaddeus Bush, the Bush family. You know what I'm saying? Then you know who was sharp? Dex. You know what I'm talking about?
Big Dex.
Big Dex. Dex was sharp.
Yeah.
Dex was sharp. He hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Dexter.
He crazy, but
Yeah.
but he was
I
sharp.
interviewed Dex a couple years ago.
Yeah, Dex
shout
was
out
sharp.
Dex,
Yeah, shout out to Dex, man. Who else, man? That's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't through. You know what I mean? Like you had people that could fight, but that will fight. But then you had somebody that knew how to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like you had
right.
people that knew how to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I just knew how to fight. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, I knew how to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew how to protect myself. You know what I mean? Because you had to back then. That's what it was about. It's about, you know, when you had a problem with somebody, you get in the middle of the street and you handle that like a young man or a man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to, you know, run and try to off the man because you had a disagreement. You know what I mean? Like that don't make sense. You know what I mean? It ain't like the man stole 10 million from you. You know what I mean? So
Right.
why you want to off him? Because he said something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or he bumped into you or something like that? You want to off him? You want to take that man like, because he said something. Why you can't be a man and say, man, I don't like what you said, man. You know what I mean? I don't like what you said, man. Come on, man. You got to handle that. What's so hard about that? You know what I'm saying? You get to fight another day, you and that man might become friends. You never know.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? If you off the man, you know what I'm saying? You will never know who his family is and if they gonna, you know, you might be next. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely know a lot about that.
yeah, I don't know. I don't get that.
Yeah, so after you start out your first little run and got your caps, what was your next move after that? After you actually got the money, what was you thinking though?
I was happy as hell. I ain't never seen no money like that before. You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy because like I was when I really started, like the first story I told you about when I got introduced to it, that was just the beginning. I ain't do nothing for a while after that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I tried to, but the dude was like, man, it ain't all what you think it is. It's just you get this and you do this and do that. So he never gave me anything. You know what I'm saying? He just used to look out for me. You know what I'm saying? Look out for me and stuff like that. And he ran into some problems later on, and you know, he came and got me, and he had something he wanted to do. So off of what he wanted us to do, man, I turned around. I had maybe 10 grand. I was only 13. I had 10 grand. You know what I mean? So I took the 10 grand and the money that he had, and we just went and, you know what I'm saying, did what we needed to do during that time, because that's what was happening at that time. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, it was a wrap. I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gone after that. You know what I mean? You know?
Damn, 13, you got 10,000.
Yeah, I started
Now,
with
now,
10.
now what you was thinking at 10? You got 10 in your hand. What you think? You take the world right
Man,
now.
I thought I was the coolest nigga in the block, boy. I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You want to fuck some money up?
man, I always fuck money. Man, I stay fucking money up, man. Like, but see, I didn't. My mind wasn't to be you know, a big Meech, or you know what I'm saying. Like I never thought like that. I never really wanted that. You know what I mean? Like, what it was for me is that I was able to buy the things that I wanted. You know what I'm saying, and do the things that I wanted to do. I was just having fun. It wasn't about, you know, getting no keys and all of that type of stuff like that. I wasn't thinking about that. Not saying that I ain't never been there, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that for me during that age, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just about having fun.
Yeah, you a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid,
doing
man.
grown man stuff.
I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? And then that time, I wasn't living with I left my mom's house when I was about that age, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't living with my mom, I was living with my sister.
So you still going to school still?
I still was going to school. Like, that was the agreement when I left my mom's house. I moved with my sister, and my sister told me, you can stay here, but you got to go to school every day, and you got to get good grades. You know what I'm saying? So I went to school. I maintained my grades. You know what I mean? And I continued school until I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? You know, young, messed around, man, and got a girl pregnant.
How old were you?
I was probably like 17, something like that.
17, first kid.
Yeah.
Was you working, or you still
I
in the
still was
game?
in school. I was still in school, but I was still in the game too. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to go to school. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's how that went down. You know what I mean? So like I was so like once my son was born, I was so concerned about, you know, is he all right and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, just even if he's with his mother, I still was concerned. You know what I mean? I still was concerned. So I'll go to school and I'll leave school. You know what I'm saying? Just to go check on him and stuff like that. So doing that, I just stopped going. You know what I mean? I just stopped going. Yeah. That's how that went.
All right. So now you're out of school. So what you doing with the spare time now? You out of school, you got a kid. You know what I mean? You already done experienced some big money at a young age. Where we at now?
Doing the same thing, man. You know, just being around the neighborhood. Man, I just enjoyed the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, back then it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people was a lot cooler, you know what I'm saying? So I just was like enjoying myself, man. Just, you know, spending money, you know what I'm saying? And looking nice and you know what I mean? I like music. I brought, you know, back then, you know, we was carrying them radios back then, you know what I'm saying? I come down with the radio, the big radio, loud as I don't know what down the block, you know what I mean? It was
What you playing at this time?
Oh, man, everybody know what if you know me, man, everybody know what I was playing, man. Keith Sweat, man. I was on my I was on my Keith Sweat, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Key through.
Yeah.
He definitely had to spend.
Yeah. I was on my Keith Sweat thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Last forever.
Yeah. Then you know, with the hip hop, man, it was like EPMD.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Ultramagnetic MCs. You know, LL. You know, and then
for all the listeners out there, this is the first guy that let me ever hear NWA right here.
Everybody said that. I had NWA before people knew what
the first person
NWA was.
And then after I heard it from him, I was fucking went nuts.
Yeah, man. My brother had the demo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we from the South, so you know what I mean. My brother know a lot of people, so he had the demo, and I took it and brought it here. You know what I'm saying? And started playing it for everybody. Everybody like, what, who that? You know, nobody knew who they was and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, matter of fact, like, I would say it was a demo because I never heard it before. But I don't know if he got it from them or they were selling it out their cars or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
was doing that Trump
But they
thing
was
at
from
one time.
Cali. We from Alabama. So I'm like,
Yeah.
man, where you get this from? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how he got it, but he had it. You know what I'm saying? And I took it and I brought it to the town and I played it, and everybody started going crazy over it. They just ain't you know the stuff they were saying. You know what I mean? They was real bold with it. You know what I mean?
So at the time when you first heard it though, what was your thoughts when you first heard, like, what the fuck is this? 'Cause that's, I remember when we was all on the basketball court and you was playing that shit. And as a kid though, man, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Heard of the year, all this cussing and shit in the background, like they shit was just too loud, man. Just off a intro or interlude or a skit. You like, man, them niggas crazy. Then you listen to the hard ass beats and the lyrics, like, oh man.
Well, when I first heard it, I was down south, and my brother played it, and I'm listening to it. So he was like, "Man, you like that?" So I was like, "Man, them niggas rap snitches, man." You know what I mean? I call them snitches from the door. You know what I'm saying? Being from where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, and what the code was for us, you know what I'm saying, and also what the code was for them down there, and you know they was saying everything, man. They was talking about everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you know they really, I believe they really opened the eyes up to you know the ops. That's the young people say, the ops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They opened the eyes of the ops and stuff like that. So when I first heard it, that's the first thing I told my brother. I was like, man, them niggas rap snitches. You know what I mean? Like, but they got big though, you know? Music was good entertainment. You know what I mean? It was good entertainment, but overall, man, they was telling. You know what I mean? They was telling.
Would you think they played a part in some of the you know, like the drill type scene, music today, with the dissing, then the killings and shooting?
Yeah, the drill definitely is like a child of that. You know what I mean? Like it's no real structure in drill music. You know what I'm saying? No foundation. You know what I mean? Like they just say what they want to say, man. You know, they tell on themselves when they rapping. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the industry love that. You know what I mean? Because they gonna make money off that too. You know what I'm saying? Because you know from what I understand, they put an insurance policy on them, and you know what I'm saying, and all that type of stuff, and like they be trying to get them locked up. You know what I mean? So, they definitely come from that. The NWA stuff, they definitely come from that.
Now let's take us a little back before NWA. Like, what was your first rap song or group you heard?
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Man,
I know you gotta take it back, 'cause, you know.
Yeah, man, you talking about like the rap attack. You know what I'm saying? You talking about that? Like they had so much. Excuse me. They had so much stuff playing that nobody ever heard. You know what I'm saying? You only can hear it. Was, you know, the New York stations. You know what I'm saying? So we used to have the little antennas on the radio because you know WBLS and stuff like that. We couldn't really get back then. You know, you had to have a real good system or radio to get that station. So, man, we used to record on our boom box. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it'd be staticky and stuff like that. And, you know, once they start talking, we got to stop it. And, you know what I'm saying? And then when they start rapping again, we put it back on recording. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's a lot of things that I heard, man. Like, I'm trying to think of a group, man, that was popping back then. Man, the Funky 4+1, Spoonie G, you know what I'm saying, Schoolie D. I mean, you had it was a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot, man. I can't remember the names of all the groups back then, but it was a lot. It made a big hit on the communities, on the black communities and stuff like that, because it was new, it was fresh. You know what I'm saying? And it was something different. You know, so Yeah, man, that's what it was back then, man. We used to sit with it in the window, man. It had the boom box in the window. We all sitting on the porch and everything like that. You know what I mean? Kids listen to the music and stuff like that. You know that was when the projects was a peaceful place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could recall times, man. We used to bring our kitchen chairs out and put them on the porch and make like a bed, man. And we asleep on the porch in the projects all night long, man. Nobody ain't bothering you. Ain't nobody trying to grab you up and take you nowhere. None of that. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had to worry about stuff like that back then. So yeah, it was like that back then. Yeah.
Man, so after the motherfucking crack come in,
Crack to everything.
now we at where we at. How you think we could begin to try to bring our community back to them type of standards where you ain't gotta worry about nobody snatching or hurting your kids. Cause now it's like the parents that come out to hurt somebody else's kids for their kids.
That's them new parents, man. And, you know, you talking about all the time that passed from the time that I'm speaking on, and when the crack came, you know what I'm saying? Like the rules changed, man. People, you know what I'm saying? The way people thought changed. The way they think is changed. You know what I mean? Like everybody was trying to protect, you know what I'm saying, everything that they had when they really didn't have to do it like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my opinion on it. You know what I mean? Where it could have been the same way, but I believe when the crack came, how it tore everybody up, and then the money changed the people. You know what I mean? And this is what we got now. You know what I mean? Like you said, now this is what we got now. You know, nobody trusting nobody. You know what I mean? Everybody out to try to get you. You know what I'm saying? If you help somebody, they out to get you. You know what I'm saying? You help somebody, they looking at you like you a lick. You know what I'm saying? Like they got something off on you or something like that, man. It's so bad now where you can't even help people. You know what I'm saying? Like they looking, if you doing well, because we all poor. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of car you drive or, you know, you got a few thousand or 100,000 in the bank. You still poor. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no generational wealth in that. You know what I'm saying? How could we get back?
Yeah. How can we get back to that?
Man, reading. People don't like to read. You have to know who you are, or you know what I'm saying? You got to know who you are. You got to know as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about no black and no African American and all that type of stuff, because we ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But you have to, the people, they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know because they don't read. So if you can get the kids to start reading on their history and learning about their history, and maybe even getting some of the older people to start doing that, you know what I mean? Just start researching things, you know what I'm saying? And learning about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because basically what we doing now, we running around here with conditioned minds. You know what I'm saying? We was conditioned to believe the things that we believe right now, you know what I'm saying? And who knows, like, it might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? What we learned, it might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn. You have to continue to learn. You know what I'm saying? And I see that's the only way that we can get back to being a community. You know what I'm saying? And building. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you look now, you have some people that say that they building the community and stuff like that. My opinion, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. You know what I mean? Because it's really about the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's about the children. So when I hear people say that they trying to build back the community, I look at them and I'm like, man, you trying to build you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really have anything to do with the kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like man, it's like you can give a book bag. You could put supplies in the book bag and stuff like that for the kids to be able to do what they need to do in the classroom. But you're not gonna grow if you don't have this. If you're not instilling anything into to the kids' minds, you know what I'm saying, to make them understand that they is the most important thing for us as a group of people, as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the most important thing. If you can't instill that in them, and you talking about you building the community and stuff like that with, now don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with a cookout, because we used to do that stuff too. You know, our block parties and all of that type of stuff too. But I recall older people dropping jewels and teaching us certain things, and teaching us what to stay away from and not do, and things in that nature. I came up like that, you know what I'm saying? Where the people in the neighborhood looked out for you because they knew you. You know what I mean? And that's what I was saying before. It was like one big family. You know what I mean? People did that. I don't see that now. I don't see that now. It's like the older people scared of the kids. You know what I'm saying? And they too scared to even grab them up to even give them a conversation like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So what I mean, you know, I'm out there. I see a lot of stuff myself, being out in the community. I ain't gonna say it's impossible, but it is kind of hard to connect with some of the youth because their attention span is so short too. It's like if you don't got nothing right now that actually would change their mind from doing something bad to good. If you don't have that right now,
That's
it's like you lost them right there.
that's because they frustrated.
Okay.
They frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And they poor. They want things right now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to learn how to teach them. In order for you to have something, you have to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing in the world for free. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to teach them that in order for you to have something, you have to put the time in. You have to understand money. You have to understand how money works. You have to understand business. You know what I'm saying? Or you going to school to be able to get the things that you want. But like you said, they want it right now. So it's not like it's impossible for them to be the ages they are. You talk about kids like what? 16? Around that age. If you start teaching them how to get the money, you know what I'm saying? Then they won't be the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? Only way they'll be like that is if they just love the stuff that they do on the streets. You understand what I'm saying? So you'll have to break that too if they like that.
Yeah. Well, those are the ones I'm talking about, more like the high risk ones, like the ones that's really they out there. They talking about they been in the block and those ones. How can you? Because those would be the ones that have more of the influence over the area. You know what I'm saying? So if you can reach the ones with the influence, it's kind of more easier to get the majority. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are the ones, you know.
But see, with that, you know what I'm saying? That's like, okay, you teach them how to get the money and they still like that. They ain't gonna have the money for long. You know why they ain't gonna have the money for long? Because they gonna go let them people put them back in slavery and make about $45,000, $50,000, $60,000 off them for housing them. You get what I'm saying? Like you ain't gonna be out here no more. You going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like you going to jail. And then you say they spinning the block. So if they spinning the block, they, you know what I'm saying? They got that thing with them. You know what I'm saying? Man, it ain't nobody running around. Man, ain't nothing real no more. If one of them get caught, everybody gonna get caught because somebody gonna tell. You know what I mean? So, like I said, everybody have a choice, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to live and you want to live comfortably, man, and you care about yourself enough, then you will do that. You know what I mean? Like if you have somebody talking to you and letting you know that this is your end, you know what I'm saying? Like if you keep going down this route, you know what I mean? You won't have a life. You know what I'm saying? Your life will be behind bars. You know what I'm saying? Like you won't be able to see your family. Like I know some people, man, they go to jail for the rest of their life. They ain't even had no kids. They ain't even see the world, bro. They ain't been nowhere. Only place they been is the town that they live in, or you know what I'm saying? They ain't never did nothing. They never took a cruise. They never took a flight on a plane. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a whole lot of things in this world that you have to see. You know what I'm saying? To be able to say, okay, I live my life. Do you want to live your life or you want to live your life in jail? You know what I'm saying? You know, so you have to be able to get to them like
outside, fellas.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to get to them, man, through conversation and stuff like that. And then you got to show them too.
Yeah.
You got to show them. You can't just tell them something and
show
then
them prove, man.
Yeah.
I was just talking about that yesterday, man. You got to show them prove, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then like you said, it's some of them that'll go to the left, you know what I'm saying? But then you can't be responsible for that either. You know what I'm saying? Because they made a choice. And that's the thing. Like life is about choices, man. You choose to either you're gonna choose to do the right thing or you're gonna choose to do the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's on you. Whatever your fate is after that, man, you can't blame nobody for that. You brought that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? So those that do go that route, that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. But at least you took the time and helped some of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might not grab all of them, but at least you grab some. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, the some you grab may be the ones that could change the ones that went to the left to the right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they understand, because they know them, and they in the same stuff that they into. You know what I'm saying? And they can say, man, look, man, don't do. You know what I'm saying? They can talk to them, however they talk to them. You know what I mean? They can get them to understand that, man, you should leave that alone. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. That's my opinion on it, man. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own opinions, and
yeah, nah, that's good shit.
you know
right
what
there.
I mean? So that's how I see it, man. That's how I see it.
Yeah. You already know
man.
we do it.
And then another thing too, right? I came up in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I came up in it. I came up in it, man. And I ain't come up in it just here. I ain't just live here. You know what I'm saying? Like I lived in other places. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I moved in other places. You know what I'm saying? So
it's gonna be like a part 2, part 3, part 4 everything. You know what I mean? Cause brother definitely got to travel, man. You know what I mean? He got to go back to the home states and all that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Alabama, baby. You know that.
You already know it.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, that's my roots there too, man.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, the Usi's from Alabama. Same spot. Same place I'm from. Yup. Yup. So yeah, man, it that's how it is, Trey. That's how it is, man. I don't see it. Like I man, listen, I don't even want to go there like that, but this what people trying to do here, they can't go nowhere else and do that. They can't go nowhere else. They can't go nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, you here, you getting it off here and stuff like that, and you know what I mean? Like, if the people here that was like that was to go somewhere else and try to do that, they'll go get a job. They'll go get a job. Trust me. They'll go get a job. They wouldn't want nothing to do with that. They wouldn't want nothing to do with that.
So you're saying it's pretty much free for all over here too much.
Trenton always been free for all. That's why certain people came
man.
here. It always been like that.
Yeah,
it never.
They have though. They never put the foot down. Like, man, fuck that.
Nah,
Can't come trespassing.
No, but see, West was like that. East was like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the sections did do that. Some of the sections did do that. You know what I'm saying? But then as time went on, you know what I mean, that left too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that all came for greed.
Yeah, drugs too. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that all came for greed. You know what I'm saying? Like
I remember as a kid, man, I started noticing New Yorkers was hanging around, and now then they come from them hanging around, almost like they got a control of what's going on. Like, how the fuck that happened?
Was they around all the way like that?
Not to the later, like the later probably. I'm gonna say probably going into the late '90s.
Yeah, not my era.
Yeah, probably like the late '90s. It started getting like
The
that.
New York people, right?
Yeah.
They wasn't around there when you was a little kid running around there, was it?
Oh nah, not when I was a kid. Nah.
It ain't happening. It wasn't happening. You know what I'm saying? Like it's what you just said. You know what I'm saying? People putting their foot down. Like in our hood, you know what I mean? With certain people that put their foot down. You know what I'm saying? Where they wasn't letting people come in and.
How was the shows and everything back then? Like, nah, I mean, when you know, when famous people was pulling up in the city and shit at that time, like when you was running around really doing your thing.
What you mean, famous people like
any type of entertainers? Like who was the promoters? Like putting the big parties together and bringing the acts in back then.
I don't know, man. I ain't used to party, man, because I ain't never used to want to be in spots where you got one way in and one way out. I ain't never.
I see how you was playing it.
Yeah. You know.
Say that for the Playboys, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? So, nah, I ain't play the club scene, and you know, I wasn't. You know, if we were around the way and we had a little block party, I'm cool with that. I'm, you know,
right,
doing my little two-step or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or we used to have the parties in the center, and you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. You know, I participated in that here and there. But for others like going to a club or, you know, things in that nature, I ain't doing that. Nah.
Was that for safety purposes too at the time?
For me, yeah, it was for safety purposes for me. I ain't
When did you realize things like was getting like more serious as far as when it came to violence?
It was always violence. You know what I'm saying? It was always violence. It's just a different kind of violence. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a different kind of violence.
I'm talking about when guys actually like, damn, such and such got killed. Like, when do you know this was like, damn, out of nowhere? Like, how the
man, that started
when it
happening.
Start coming like more random, like, dang, turn around, this person actually getting killed.
That's when you know, that's when that was around about in the 90s. Like you know what I mean? Like after probably like 90, 95, 96, something like that, I think it was. You know, that's when, you know, all of that stuff started happening. You know what I mean? Like that's when all that stuff started happening and things and it started getting that way. That's when it started getting that way. You know, where people start dying and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember, I came home in 94, you know what I'm saying? And then like around about like 2 years later, you know what I'm saying? Like not even 2 years
later. How long
later,
you was down that go?
I was down for 3 that time.
Okay.
2.5. I was down for 2.5. And when I came home, somebody told me a certain guy was looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So you know, once I seen him and stuff like that, he approached me. He was telling me about what he was doing. Me being from the South, I understood what that was. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it was no good for us. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, you know, Trenton is only 7.5. You know what I'm saying? Like that's and then plus it really don't have anything to do with us here. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start talking about that, you know what I mean? Like, you know, people, like I said, people, they make their own choices. They do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But me coming from where I come from, and me knowing certain things like that, man, it never was our fight. It didn't have anything to do with us. You know what I'm saying? It was something. I think it was just something for people to capitalize off of, to incorporate it with the what they was doing in the streets and stuff like that, to kind of like lock it down and be able to generate all the money to one certain place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's more of what it was, you know, for the people that you know, start doing it here, like the first ones or whatever. You know what I'm saying? From what I know, what I seen, and that was about like '96. You know what I mean? So, you know, I believe that's what happened. That's what made the town really bad. You know what I'm saying? With people, you know, you got the elders and stuff like that. They can't even come outside, man. They scared to come outside, you know, like they used to do. You know, the elders walk down the street, walk to the store, and, you know, speak to everybody and do what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like they afraid to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even come outside like that no more. You know?
Yeah, it's so many different levels to it too. There's different type of like youngsters out here. Like you got some ones that be down for the stuff, but they respect certain shit still too.
Yeah.
But then you got the ones that just don't give. Ain't a lot of them.
But it's
they don't care about nothing. So those are ones like that. How do you reach these ones that, you know, they've been through hard shit, might have lost 2-3 people already, probably possibly killed somebody themselves, so they really on full-blooded go mode.
Yeah.
How do you reach those ones?
Man, you know what? It might be real. It might be over for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they chose their God.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like they chose their God, man. You know what I mean? That's what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like us coming up. We believed in the hustle. Couldn't nobody tell us nothing about what we was doing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we believed in. That was the, you know what I'm saying? Even though we was getting something out of it, and maybe they are too, you know what I'm saying? But I know for me, man, the hustle, I ain't never think the hustle was gonna be over like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I believed in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they believe in the same thing. Maybe they believe in it the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their God. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going against it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some people think like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, man. You know, people think different ways. You know what I mean? People think all different kinds of ways, man. You know, it's not just right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not right and wrong. It's right and wrong, in between, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's all that,
Yeah.
man. People thoughts be all over the place, man. So you really can't pinpoint how a person gonna come or what they, you know what I'm saying, what they thinking about and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just people. You know what I'm saying? That's just the world, man. The people in the world. You know what I'm saying? And what they believe in. You know what I mean? So it's all about finding some type of foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like if a person like that can find something to stand on, you know what I'm saying, that whole substance, you know what I mean, they can really get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they can just believe in themselves and say, man, I'm a better man than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got to be this tough guy, because man, ain't nobody really tough, man. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody really tough. It's just attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the lion, they say the lion control the jungle, and the only thing he do is roar. You know what I'm saying? That's just attitude, bro. But it is animals in there that'll stomp them out, though. You know what I'm saying? Like to stomp the lion out. You know what I'm saying? He just roaring. You know what I'm saying?
Big ass elephant.
Yeah, man, elephants got stomped out in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Coming with that attitude. It's just attitude. Anybody, all right, coming from where we come from in the town, bro. Some people was tough and we knew they was tough. But they ain't here no more from that soft nigga. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nigga was soft. But he ain't here no more. And he was a tough motherfucker. Everybody knew he was tough, but the soft nigga took him out. How many situations we had in the town like that? You know what I mean? Bro, ain't nobody really tough, man. It's just attitude, man. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really need that. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need that. It's like you live in a town where everybody that's doing the same thing you doing and trying to achieve the same thing that you trying to achieve, just in a different way. So
Right.
why you can't get along with that man over here? Why you can't connect with that man over here and y'all can build something? You know what I'm saying? Why I got to be a competition? Why I got to be a beef? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't in a situation as black people, so-called black people, to even be dealing with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at what's going on, I don't follow politics too much, you know what I'm saying? But if you look at what's going on right now, man, they trying to get rid of history, bro. From my understanding, what they saying.
So in your opinion, and take us out in closing. In your opinion, like the state that our people in, our culture, black people here in this country, the position that we in right now, what do you think is the best thing for black people to do for us to get out of the situation that we in? As we all know, definitely ain't no help coming for us. Nobody's looking to save us.
Now, they stay putting their foot on our neck, but then you got to think of why. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about why they keep their foot on our neck like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? See, people don't even think about that. They just go with the flow and say, well, this is our fate. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And to answer your question is, man, unity, knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Through the knowledge, gain some wisdom and understand what your situation is. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand that you in a situation where people are trying to keep you down. You know what I'm saying? They trying to keep you down. So everybody always talking about rising up. You know what I'm saying? Or having, so you trying to rise up around your own people. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you did what you needed to do to rise up. Now you better than your next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? This is what people get caught up in. Because I believe that to stand up, bro, and make it better, I don't think they what
They,
words y'all
they
use? I
ready
don't
for
think,
it?
nah, they ain't ready for it, and they too afraid for it.
That's what I always see that too.
They're
Man.
afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're afraid. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like we just saying, like, I ain't trying to say that I'm better or nothing like that. It's just different teachings. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we saying now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta teach the youth how to, you know what I'm saying, how to conduct themselves. You know what I mean? As young men and young women. Look at what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this here. We come from Alabama, right? The civil rights was going on down there, right? Right? That's what civil rights was going on there, where they couldn't drink out the water fountain and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They letting the dogs go, water hosing everybody and stuff like that. My father was an activist in that when he was a kid, bro. When he was a kid. These stories I heard as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, man, that it's not a competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here all together trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? And surviving ain't even enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you trying to get to a point where you can live. Surviving is just the first part. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand that if you want to be anything, bro, you ain't gonna do it by yourself, man. You ain't gonna do it by yourself. It's like it's been going on so long where our people like it. They like the whooping. You know what I'm saying? They like the whooping, man.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they whoop the strength out of them. You know what I'm saying? They whoop they will. You know what I'm saying? They whoop the will out of them. The will to do anything. The will to stand up for themselves and for their people and everything. It's like it's gone. That's why everything be looking so flim-flammy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna look out for me, but I ain't gonna look out for him. But I'm gonna use him to get where I need to get so I can have something.
And then step off on that.
Yeah, now your own people became your enemy and they ain't do nothing to you, man. They ain't do nothing to you. What, they said a little slick stuff to you or something like that? You know what I'm saying? Now, you competing against your own people, man, for a position that don't exist. Man.
Gotta get together out there one day, man. We definitely gotta come back and do a part 2, part 3, part 4.
Yeah, I got a lot.
You know, man, I definitely want to rewind the tape a little bit and go back to the Alabama State, man, and you know what I mean, get people to listen to that, what's going on down on in the neck of the woods, man.
My mom grew up like a couple blocks down from the church that got burnt down.